To me, my Eps men and women. First Eps podcast is back. We watched a brand new episode of a special animated series from Disney Plus. Very excited to talk about X-Men 97. My name is Eric.
I'm Keith.
And this is First Eps.
Da-da.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of First Eps. We're excited for this one. I'm very excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
I can see
absolutely.
I
was excited to watch this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm kind of like, you give me my sheets. I'm like, okay. This one, I'm like, yes. I didn't even need my homework sheets. Yeah. This one was on the docket.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't be together in person for this one in the same room, sharing in each other's love for the X-Men. There was a bit of an illness in the house. My stomach, my kid's stomach was a little upset. So, we're playing it safe, playing it cool, doing the old-fashioned online.
Sure would have been fine, but I didn't want to be sick for this weekend
and
either. So I decided
I don't want to be the one that got you sick. I will never hear the end of it. So this is perfectly fine with me. But it's a very special episode here. This is this is an episode let's see, 30 years in the making.
Yeah.
I'm not great with math, but
no. But we've definitely brought up X-Men as being one of our favorite cartoons in the past. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And so to have this kind of opportunity is very special indeed.
Yeah. Who knew that this was like a thing that people other than us wanted, that for them to bring this back. But yeah, I was super excited, counting down the days. I did one of those little paper chains. Everywhere. This was 3 years out. It was so much paper.
Yeah. I had all the members of the X-Men on it, and I tore it off, all the rotating casts until we got down to Jean, obviously my favorite, and then it was the special day. Yep.
Perfect.
Cyclops is the first one off.
I got my favorite beer too. I'm very excited to have the
Brought
Ruby
to you
Red
by
Kolsch. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's great. Everything's
it can't get any better than this. And your son's better now.
And he's better. So, I could get some sleep again. So let's get into this. There's a lot that I want to talk about. First of all, I do want to talk about, I did go back and I rewatched. I didn't make it through the entire previous
2 seasons. Did we decide it's only 2 seasons? Did you say
5 seasons?
It's 5. Okay, I thought it was. For some reason I thought it was surprisingly less than I thought, but 5 is actually more than I thought. So okay,
and some of them had I think some of them were 12 episodes. Some of them were 20 episodes. But they were only 22 minutes each, and they all went pretty fast. But I remember I was watching them, and I remember them being better than they were. So it was definitely in my mind they were. Yeah. I mean, they weren't bad. I'm not saying they're bad at all. Sure. But so first of all, they just try to cram as much as possible into every episode. Every single episode had 30 mutants in it. The most random characters you'll see in there, just in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the stories, they were very, very soap opera-ish stories. The writing was so bad. It was so just cardboard, all of, and it was
amazing.
There are comic books that these are based on. You could, but you think about it, the comic book, the writing's probably not the best either.
Right.
Anyways, they were still good.
So the powers were still good. The characters you liked, but the stories themselves were kind of a little bit middling.
Yeah, not as impressive as I remember them being. Still great, fighting scenes, and you get to see all the powers and stuff. But when the characters are talking to each other or whatever, I'm like, this is not good. The animation was fine. Again, very dated. As far as animation goes, there were a lot of missing animation, so it would kind of be a little more choppy.
My video presentation today.
Exactly. It's just like that. It was the Keith version. All right, so let's get into
in fact,
this.
I'm calling from my AOL account from 1997. Yes.
Yeah, I did have to.
I got my free CD-ROM in there right now, and I'm using my
Uh-huh.
30-minute gigs or 30-minute session.
Yeah. Oh, we got to hurry up then. You're running out
Yeah,
of time. You probably got 100 more of those discs, though. I think
we do. Yeah, yeah.
this is a very so for anybody, not old as fuck like we are. They used to send discs in the mail, and you have to use them for like 3 minutes to go on the internet. It was
It was
weird, and
so
then you're
weird.
dialing like, and then you got to
So
hurry up, get
crazy.
those 29 minutes of AOL or
Yeah.
Earthlink or whatever the other ones were.
Right.
It
Earthling.
was weird.
Yes.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it going here. We
Okay.
watched the first episode of X-Men '97, so we're going to talk about everything that happened in that first episode.
Will there be spoilers?
There will be spoilers for the first episode, so if you don't want to hear those, fast forward maybe like 20 minutes, and we'll be talking about other fun stuff. I got a big thing, March Madness on First Eps today, baby. It's March Madness. Yeah,
but it's almost
happening.
April.
Yeah, but it's still March, so shut up.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. So right off the bat, first of all, I was surprised that they missed an opportunity for previously on X-Men.
Oh,
they missed that opportunity because there's a lot to catch up on here from 27 years ago or whatever it was.
Well, we were saying, did you watch the last episode? I thought the Professor X went off like to space with like whatever her name was, Leandra.
So I didn't get to the end of them. I do remember him dying, but I don't remember. I didn't get there in time.
Okay.
So I can't answer.
So did he get shot in the end? I don't remember that either. Okay. For some reason, I thought he was in space the entire time of the last season. I don't remember him coming back to Earth and getting shot, but maybe he did.
I'm not certain. But then we got like a new intro, the same, intro that we love, just kind of refreshed. We got a few new characters in there.
Slightly refreshed too, because I have to be honest with you. I honestly thought that I put on the old version of the show
really?
at first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, Morph? I'm like, Morph was not in the original.
And Bishop was also in there.
Right. Yeah.
And they jazzed up the song a little bit. It was like still the but it was like a little bit like crunchy guitars in there and stuff.
Gotcha. And they still had that amazing clash scene when I saw like Lady Deathstrike and White Queen Magneto.
They're like running at each other.
Yes. Oh yeah, love that.
It's going down. And it starts off with Roberto da Costa with like a one of those collars on. And I swear to God, every single episode of the show has some sort of a mutant power dampening collar or wristband or something on it. That was like their big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm home, baby.
Yeah.
Of course, of course you can't have X-Men without some sort of a mutant power dampening collar.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then, dude, it did not take long for shit to go down because then all of a sudden, I am Storm, mistress of the elements. And she's like, she's out there just doing crazy stuff.
Lightning through the ceiling. She's down. She's flying. People are screaming.
And Bishop jumps in. He's doing his thing. Cyclops.
Yeah, I feel like they showed him a lot better. I remember. I probably shouldn't be talking about this. I remember watching this as a youngin and thinking that he was kind of boring because I just remember his guns. But they definitely amped his projection ability, like at least his ability to absorb and respond was very dramatic. Now, was he always like that in the?
No,
in the
not that I remember. Okay. Yeah, he definitely was boring. And they're like, okay, this guy has pretty cool powers. Like, what's he like? He absorbs kinetic energy, right? And like shoots it back or something.
Yeah, so before I think he just absorbed it but never shot it back at anybody. And so it really didn't look cool because he just shot his guns. I'm like, well, he's just like a person. I want mutants.
Exactly.
But now he was right with them now. Yeah.
Right with them. And then Cyclops comes bursting in looking jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just
he's been working out.
Yeah. Like my wife was like,
he's filling out that latex outfit.
My wife was like, Cyclops looking thick, and I was like, whoa, we don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically they saved the day. Really, we just get the three of them right now as far as our X-Men we see, but we don't have to wait too long because next scene we got Gambit in a belly shirt. What do you think of that? Yay or nay?
Oh, absolutely yay. 100% interesting. I have to say though, Gambit and Rogue's accents a little severe this time around.
Yeah, I actually wrote down that I miss the OG Rogue voice. This one she just sounds like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
like almost identical, and I'm like, it's weird. It's taking me out, dude. The original Rogue accent was like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was like
Right.
sugar,
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, it does
Yeah.
something to
Hey,
you, you know?
sugar.
Hey,
Exactly.
sugar.
Sultry, but still
Yeah.
respectable.
Yes. Um, but yeah, I love that. And then Gambit's out there, he's firing up, he's like charging up beignets and like throwing them at people. It was
Yeah.
everything was it
He's
was just
I love how
super
they're really
exciting.
leading into him being like the super like sexed up like himbo. It's just
Yeah,
hilarious.
exactly. Exactly. That was my wife, that was always her
Mm.
thing. Like, cause I initially I was like, oh, yeah, I'll watch this one on my own. She's like, I think you forgot how much I love like that was like her first crush. It was the animated Gambit
You
X-Men.
see? Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because yeah, obviously my first go-to as a burgeoning gay boy was obviously Jean Grey in my mind. But when I wanted to butch it up, I'd
Mm-hmm.
play Gambit.
Yeah, perfect. Real butch.
Which laughing at now is
Before,
just
yeah,
hilarious.
he didn't have the belly shirts then though, so it was a little
No.
different. And then we got the professor comes in. He's
Mm.
back from the dead.
Yep.
But
Yep.
no, fooled you. It's just
Uh,
morph. Morph.
yeah.
Like we're
Yep.
supposed to remember who Morph is.
Yeah. Right. Right. I only
Get
know
out of
more
here.
from the card game, Marvel
Oh,
Snap.
Marvel
Yes.
Snap. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Was he
Um,
actually in like any cameo roles in the original? Because I don't
he
remember him at
was.
all.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was. He
Yeah.
was pretty much featured towards the later seasons. So
Maybe I didn't watch much
we're
of the later
picking up.
seasons. Was
Yeah,
this
you got to get
after
to
the
it.
whole Phoenix one?
I think so. I think so.
Maybe
I
she was
didn't
in a
get that
coma.
far in
I
my
lost
rewatch.
interest.
Yeah,
Gene was
you
in a coma
probably
for too
did.
long.
You tuned out. You shut it off as soon as Gene's not in the
Exactly.
picture. But speaking of Gene, we
Yeah.
Prego Gene comes leaning in,
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
old belly
Yeah.
popping out.
You were talking about like that big daddy energy of Cyclops, and guess what? Yep, baby on the way.
Yep. And then rounding out the bunch, we see then Beast and
Mm,
Jubilee hanging out with Roberto that they
mm.
saved from the factory the night
We didn't talk
prior.
about Wolverine yet, or is he a surprise?
Well, he we don't get him yet because then we get a scene
Okay.
of like Sentinels and Magneto and Wolverines then
Oh,
fighting, and it's the Danger Room. So
yes,
within the
right.
first,
Okay.
I would say like 5 minutes of the show, we're like, bam, this is everything you've always wanted.
Yep.
All the
Yep.
X-Men, the Danger Room,
Yep.
Charles Xavier,
Yep.
all here waiting for
Yep.
you with open arms. Um,
Absolutely.
and then to just hammer the point home, we get to see the gang playing basketball, right?
Shirtless Gambit.
Shirtless Gambit.
Was Wolverine also shirtless at this point? I don't
I
remember.
think so. He might have been wearing like a tank top. I don't know. They were all dressed
It was
down.
great.
Um, but immediately we're leaning into the tension between Scott and Logan. It's as heightened as it has ever been right now. They
Mhm.
want to just tear into each other.
Oh yeah.
You feel like
Oh yeah.
you think it's like a sexual tension?
Oh yeah. Well, Jean's there in the middle, and now that Jean's
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, it's even more like highlighted. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then they go. I don't remember why. Oh, they're trying to like track down some weapons or something like that. Because next thing I
Mm.
know, they're at a rave. Jubilee's just shooting out fireworks, all nimbly bimbly.
Oh wait,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
like,
because the guy escaped. The kid escaped that they tried to rescue. That's
that's
what
right.
happened.
That's right. I'm just like, what
And
is
he
this
went to a rave,
show?
and then they find him dancing with like glow sticks. It was
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, he's got the glow sticks, the glow necklace on. Gambit's there, full gear. Just
Yes, yes.
I loved it.
The part I do have to say though, I did really like the Jubilee dancing part. It looked really cool when she would have the little fireworks kind of glowing
Yeah,
off. Because everything was so 90s style, but like that was like hyper colored and like it was kind of a cool juxtaposition, I thought
sure.
actually.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
yeah. It looked great. And my wife was like, what is Jubilee's powers? I'm like, you're looking at it, babe. This is it. So next scene, they're interrogating the Guy Rich or whatever his name is
Mm,
about the weapons. And this is where
mm.
like Jean's in Cerebro, and of course she does
Oh,
her like big
you
like,
heard me cheering right from
oh, of
across the
course.
way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh here, oh I'm here, and she comes like into his mind. He's like, get out of my
Uh-huh.
mind. I'm like,
Yes.
yes.
But then she has like some sort of a crazy, like, I don't know, too much is happening, and she like
Exactly.
faints
I
or
also love
whatever.
that then, too.
Uh,
Where am I? Oh no, something's happened.
yeah. And
I
that's
love it when they switch over from totally in control, big boss energy to like
uh-huh.
totally like, oh no, I'm running scared. It's
It was
amazing.
it was very quick. And I was
Yeah,
like, I'm like, this is happening, dude. Everything was happening so fast
right,
that I was like,
right,
this. It was just like one after another thing. Because then the next scene, they're going to hunt for Master Mold and Trask.
right. Yes,
Um,
because she found out when she was in his brain at least where he was. Yeah, so
right,
she escaped mentally. She was fine. Thank God the baby's okay.
yeah.
And yeah,
Thank
yeah,
God,
yeah.
God forbid. And then they're on. I loved this scene. They're
Mm.
on a plane going to
Oh,
wherever, and then the
so
plane gets
good.
attacked by a sentinel,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
all like are just plummeting, right?
Amazing. Yeah,
But no, that's not what's happening. Morph
yeah.
turns into Angel and flies and grabs like somebody.
Yep, yep,
Wolverine, I
yep.
think. Storm, she could fly. Rogue can fly. Cyclops starts barreling towards the Earth,
Yeah,
like leaning into it, full dive, and then
yeah.
uses his visor blast to slow his descent and land in like just like a
A
like a
crater.
bunch of yes, dude. It was insane. I've never seen that done
Yeah,
before,
that was cool. Cyclops
ever.
is definitely a lot better now. Like they've made him much like I don't know. I just found him more enjoyable than
Hmm.
from back in the day. I don't know if
I agree. You were
maybe now
never
we've
a
got
fan of Cyclops.
yeah, no, I never was. Maybe
Yeah.
now that we're older, we can sympathize with this character
Yeah.
more.
The responsibilities
Yeah.
and like, because right then, yeah, like as he lands, he pops up, the X-Men are behind him and he goes, "To me, my X-Men." And I was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, yeah,
That
get
was
it."
great. That was
Yes.
great. Yep. Yep.
So then there's this huge Sentinel battle. The music is going crazy.
Oh, so
And
good. Each
it's
one of
just
them is
like,
taking out one on their own. It's phenomenal.
yes. And then another amazing scene where Beast like smashes the center of a sentinel and jumps in
Yeah.
it and is like controlling it
Yeah.
from the
That was
inside.
that was great too. Yep.
They did,
Yep.
yeah, like all these like new ideas and stuff. They're
Hmm.
like, bam, just popping out for this first episode. It was
Yeah.
not like there were a lot of surprises
Yes,
because
there
then
were.
even then, like Storm comes down and she's like this superpower where like
Well,
there's this huge
now
tornado. Did you hear the
you
Omega level?
I did.
Yeah,
And I was like, was she Omega level before? Because I didn't
I
think
don't
she
remember
was.
that. I don't think so either,
Me and my
but
partner got in a little discussion. He claims that she always was. I said I thought it was only Jean and Iceman that were Omega level on the X-Men. But
yeah, and then Xavier's
oh,
son or whatever
okay.
that guy
Oh yeah,
was.
Franklin, whatever his name was, is
Mm, I don't remember what his name is. Quentin Quire.
that's it. I was thinking of the other
Yes.
ones. Who's the long guy?
Oh,
Invisible Woman and
from
Stretch.
Fantastic Four. Yeah,
Yeah, their kid.
yeah. I don't think is he a mutant? I think he's
I
just
don't
like a
know.
super smart guy. But
Of
yeah, I
course.
heard
Yeah.
that and I was like, I'm not even gonna like. I think I misheard it because of
Yeah.
Omega level mutant detected,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
And I
she
was
comes
like,
down,
I
huge
thought it was Jean
tornado,
was
ice
coming.
storm.
I was
Yeah,
excited to
dude.
see pregnant Jean come flying in.
No,
And I'm like, her? I'm like, I mean,
yeah,
I love Storm, but I didn't know she was. But maybe she's got maybe over the last year. Maybe I'm wrong. She always was.
yeah.
Or
Let
maybe
us
she
know.
just got,
Write us
yeah,
write us in and let us know
yeah.
if that's the case.
Just educate
Because
us, please.
yes, please. Um, but yeah, dude. So that was an amazing thing. She's this ice storm tornado thing, and
Yeah.
then
And she like
one of the
destroyed them all. Like there were like five of
oh,
them and just gone.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, and then one of the most amazing things you got Wolverine like running up or
Yeah.
whatever, and then Gambit like I don't
Mm.
know how it worked. Like did Wolverine like jump on his back or something like that or whatever? But somehow Gambit was able to charge up Wolverine's claws,
Yeah, that was so cool.
and then Wolverine jumped on him. Oh no, with the use of Morph turning into Blob.
Yes.
Wolverine used him as a trampoline and then like attacked with his exploding claws. Right then, I was like, I had a little, I did a faint,
Yep. Yep.
and
You
then I
you
came
did your own
back.
little Jean Grey feint. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I
Yeah.
woke up to them playing basketball again. Um, so I don't know what I missed,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was. I was glad to see more basketball.
Yeah. 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 Right.
And then the last scene
Mm.
of the show,
Oh,
um,
so
we're in
epic.
Xavier's study or something like
Yeah.
that. The alarm has gone off.
Mm.
Someone's in the house, and we see super sexy Magneto just
Hmm.
standing there, long white hair,
Ooh.
giant eyebrows.
Yep. Yep.
and he says like, here is Xavier's last will and testament. It's like it's this thick. It's like a
Yeah.
super
It must be
book.
like a metal bound book because he floats it
Yeah,
over to them. And I was
yeah,
a
he
little surprised
does.
by that. Like I can buy the picture frame going on the wall because that could be a metal picture frame.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
a lot of
they
books have a lot of
show
metal.
they actually showed why I thought this was a nice touch.
Mm,
The part that he was levitating, it was like the corners of the book glowed
mm.
as he sent it over,
So
so they were
those are the metal
glowing.
parts you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he said,
Now, if I were Gene in that moment, I would have then taken it over in my hand, like handed it off to me, like
yeah,
and like give it to myself. Brought it over to
exactly.
me.
Take,
Like
give me that.
exactly. Let me take a look at this, and I fly it open and take a look.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
but I
then he
can't read
said,
very fast, so it
yeah,
would be a nice slow
she
opening.
can't
Like
read. Jean can't read. Yeah.
she can't read either.
No,
No. Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
pregnancy. It's
Oh
making her
yeah.
dumb.
Pregnant brain. That
Uh-huh.
happens. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then Magneto says it all belongs to me, my
Mm.
X-Men. And then credits.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
33 minutes.
Did it
That
cut back
episode
to see
was.
their face?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. That would have been cool. Like
Yeah.
just jaws dropped.
But then we got that cool, the end of the episode, they always do that the thing where it's like a video game where they're like standing there spinning, like then they show
Mm.
like their, each character.
I
They
love
brought
that.
that back. Yeah. So that
Totally.
was
And I
cool.
totally, yeah, because Noel actually wanted was talking. I'm like, babe, you got to stop talking. I got to watch this.
Very
Because I wanted to
important.
see each power.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was so it was an extra 11 minutes on that one. Normally they're 22 minutes. This one was 33 minutes, but it still felt like it went by in a blink of an eye. It was
It did. I actually didn't realize it was that
jam-packed.
long.
Yeah. Jam-packed with things that happened. I'm interested to see if they keep up that pace or if that was just to like get people back and fired up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited to watch the second episode. I loved this one. So yeah, I'm excited to go into our review in a little bit. But before we do that, I have a big thing for us.
Okay.
March Madness is here, and previously during
on X-Men.
On X-Men. During one of our shows during March, I think it was during the Falcon and the Winter Soldier when we watched that a few years back, we did a tournament of the best superheroes. You remember that one?
Okay. Yeah.
Because initially I was like,
was that the one that eventually we got down to
I think it was like
Jean and Scarlet Witch
and Scarlet Witch. I believe that was the final. Because then I was like, well, let's do the best X-Men or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's not gonna work because you're just gonna pick Jean Grey every time.
Well, if you take her out of the running, it would mix things up. But yeah.
It would. But instead I was like, let's do the best superhero television shows of all time.
Yes. Okay.
And I've got a big list, so we're gonna, we'll cruise right through this. 32. Okay. This is a 32 team tournament, single elimination.
Okay.
Let's kick things off right now with the obvious one: X-Men, the original cartoon, and Justice League cartoon.
Is this Justice League from the 70s?
No, the Justice League cartoon. I don't know when it was from.
Oh, but, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. Maybe like 2000s or something. Yeah.
So I mean,
I always liked X-Men more.
X-Men. Yeah, it's obvious. That's an easy one. That was we're just kicking things off. We're just breaking it in.
Okay.
The next up, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier versus the Flash, the CW series.
I think the Flash was sexier.
Yeah, I thought the Flash went for multiple seasons, but for me, that was like my favorite of the CW shows. So I will agree with that entirely. Battle of the Broads, Supergirl, the CW show versus Wonder Woman, the show from like whatever
70s,
the 70s. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I mean, I got to give it up for Linda Carter.
Yeah. I mean, she's a classic, holding it down.
Right. That spin move. Oh man, when she turned into like her power suit from
just like a twirl.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, next up, Spider-Man, the animated series versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series from the 90s.
I mean, I love the Turtles. I don't know. What do you? Yeah,
that's the choice. Okay.
All right,
we're on the same page. No, there's no need for debate just yet.
Okay,
so we're good.
All right.
Next up, it's a tough one, but I think I know where you're going. WandaVision versus Jessica Jones.
Oh well, for me, WandaVision.
I agree. Jessica Jones
Okay,
was a
yeah,
great character, but I think WandaVision was a better show.
yeah. WandaVision had like a lot of uns. I did not expect it to have the depth and the emotional resonance it did,
Right.
but still being
Absolutely.
kind of exciting. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Next up, Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Mm.
versus Sailor Moon.
Oh, oh, you stacked some of my favorites here
I
against
did. I
each
did. I knew
other.
this was gonna be a tough one.
I mean, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry for Sailor. I'm gonna go with
Ah,
Buffy.
of course. Of course. All right, next up, Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, versus Smallville.
Oh, I would say Smallville.
Really? What about Dean Cain though? Smallville
I
does not
mean,
have Dean Cain in it. Or Terry Hatcher for
doesn't,
that matter.
but I do think that I kind of like that Smallville had the better like teamwork atmosphere. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
I always prefer teamwork over like
Over
individual.
Dean Cain.
Yeah, well, Dean Cain was, back in the day. Now Dean Cain's not.
No,
I'm
no,
not down with Dean Cain anymore. But
no,
back in
no.
the day,
Dean Cain's
cool.
a trash bag.
Yes.
But I mean, early on when he was Superman, I was like, this is a
All
good
right. I mean, I'm
Superman.
fine with that. We got
No,
Lobos. We got Lobos.
Smallville.
No, no. Smallville. Okay.
I agree with
Now
you.
you can convince me.
All right, next up, a battle of the weird animated shows. Spawn, the animated series. You ever watch that one on HBO?
No, no.
Oh,
Sounds great.
versus the Max. You remember the Max? It was on MTV. It was like that. He was like that purple and
No.
yellow guy.
Was it with when Aeon Flux was out on
Yes,
MTV?
yes.
Okay.
It was
All right.
with that whatever
Barely.
that thing was. It was like I don't
I'm
know.
gonna leave this one up to you. Whichever
All
one you
right.
think is better.
I loved the Max cartoon, but
Okay.
I'm going Spawn.
Spawn. Yep. Yep.
Spawn it is.
All right.
All right. That is our first 16. All right,
All
next up,
right.
The Punisher Netflix series versus
Okay.
Peacemaker, the Max series with
I forgot
John
about that
Cena.
one.
Yeah, I know you probably never watched
Um,
that one. It's a good show, but
no. I heard positive buzz about the Peacemaker one. I think people liked it. So
yeah.
maybe that
It-
one, but
so it
I'm
was
willing to
okay.
bet. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take the reins on this one just because
Yeah.
John Barenthal, we're just voting
Yeah.
for him with a sledgehammer making these guttural sounds and just like
Oh,
just for that alone,
that
not
does
even
sound
as the
good.
Punisher. Yeah, it's
No,
real,
that sounds
real good.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
just like
Like
that. All
like a
right,
Linda Cardellini kind of oh
exactly,
yeah.
just like Linda. All right, next up, The Boys, the Prime
Mm.
series
Oh,
versus
right.
Doom Patrol, which you probably never seen. I don't know, not a ton of people have
No, I
seen that
haven't
one.
seen that. So the boys.
The Boys, I agree with that, anyways. All right, next up, Arrow,
Mm.
versus Hawkeye, the two archers
Mm.
in the bunch. This
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
tough one. I think this is one of the toughest ones for me because Arrow went for like 100 seasons and it had a
Yep.
ton of like great stories. It really kind of shit the bed towards the end. But
Yep.
Hawkeye was like tight and concise and like, and it had some great moments. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm open to either one of them. Again, Arrow was around for so long that it seems like the go-to for it. But
Let's do
again,
it.
like the pop, yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Batman, the show from the 60s,
Mhm.
versus Batman, the animated series.
I mean, I would go for Batman the original because I feel like that kind of started us down this path of like superheroes and everything.
All
So
right. I'm
just
going to
as an
do it.
OG,
The animated series is like everybody's favorite. So that's going to be an
everybody
early,
loves it.
yeah. Yeah.
I
We'll
mean, I
see.
definitely think, but I mean, but it's based on that, right? Like, I don't
Exactly.
know.
All right. Next up, we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. versus The Watchmen. Did you watch either of
Oh,
those?
I saw a couple Watchmen.
Yeah.
I don't know which do you prefer.
I don't know. This is another one where it's like Watchmen was only like one season. It was really good, but Agents of Shield that like that was huge. It had all these guest stars and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with that.
All right,
Let's
yep,
do it. Um, Teen Titans Go, which is my son's favorite show, um,
absolutely.
versus The Gifted. Now, did you ever watch The Gifted? It's the X-Men, the Fox live action X-Men series.
Oh,
Basically, it had like the the triplets, whatever, the cuckoo
Oh, the separate
triplets.
cuckoos.
Yeah,
No, but I
they
have
were
to
in it.
watch this.
Yeah, it was fine. It was serviceable, but it had like Sunspot and like all those like
Mm.
other tertiary characters. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I did not watch it. I think for your son, we'll have to go with Teen Titans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on a very big Teen Titans Go kick lately, and it's an amazing show. All right, next up, Heroes
Right.
versus the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I didn't see the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah,
Did you like that one?
it's good. It's good. It's a bit slower. It's weird. For me, like I loved Heroes. Like the first season of Heroes was
Yeah,
like perfect. And it was
yeah.
like kind of the reintroduction of superheroes. The later seasons kind of did a duty, but
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know.
Bring them on in. Let's do
I
it.
I lean towards the heroes. And then
Sure.
last up, Daredevil, the Netflix series, versus Loki, the Disney Plus series. What are your thoughts on
Well,
those two?
I actually watched most of Loki. I did not
Mhm.
watch. I did not like the Daredevil one, but I like Daredevil anyway. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
let's go to Loki. Loki was different. It
Okay.
was very fun. Um,
It has had 2 seasons, which is kind of a rarity for like the Marvel
it's true. It is true.
uh
Yeah, you don't get that often.
television shows. Yeah.
All right, round two. X-Men the
Okay.
animated series versus the CW Flash.
Well, X-Men.
Yeah, it's X-Men. The answer is X-Men. Uh, and then Wonder Woman versus Teenage
Ooh.
Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a weird one. I think I'm leaning towards Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because that was like another one similar to X-Men. That was like my childhood. Was watching that like all the
I'm fine
time.
with that. I definitely watched that way more than I watched Wonder Woman.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You just
that's
want to
fine.
give her
Yeah, yeah,
her
yeah. Kind
just
of like
desserts.
the Batman one. She's got to make it like they got to make it through like another round, and then
Right. Oh, here's a tough one. WandaVision versus Buffy.
oh wow.
You know,
I mean, I'm gonna go for Buffy.
yeah, I agree. Buffy is, and like, this is another one we've talked about. It's like one of our favorite television series.
Yeah.
My wife just re-watched the entirety of Buffy recently, and I would
Okay.
like come down and check it out, and it doesn't hold up as much as it does in our minds. Um, it's very, very dated in
Oh, that's
all
funny.
in all ways. The dialogue, the filming, everything. It looks really old, but as long as we're just going based off our memories, then
Right.
Buffy it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Epic.
yes, Smallville versus Spawn.
I'm gonna let you go with this one because I don't really know enough about
Yeah,
Spawn.
I think it's Smallville. Smallville is
Yeah.
the better show for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Next up, the Punisher versus the Boys.
Oh,
some R-rated violent shows here.
I mean, I would go with the boys more,
Okay,
but
the
again, I didn't really see
Boys
the
it
Punisher that
is.
much. I know you like the sound effect of the hammer.
Oh, I know it's hard to get away from just John Bernthal is like probably one of the best versions of a comic book character, like
Mm.
to match up. Is he was such a
Hmm.
good Punisher. But the Boys is such a fun show.
Yeah, like
Um,
what's that one guy's name? Chase Crawford in that like one piece
yeah,
outfit. I mean, come
sure.
on, right?
All right, all right, all right.
That
Um,
gets at least through the second round.
Perfect. All right, then we got Arrow versus Batman, the original 1966 series. What was
I
the
mean,
Batman's name? What was the actor? I can't think of his
Bruce
name right now.
Banner. No, uh, what is his name? Oh my God.
Adam West.
Yes, I was gonna say Adam Driver. I'm like, that's not it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Um, I mean, honestly, between these two, I would still go with Batman over. It's Arrow, right?
Yep. All right. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Agents of Shield versus Teen Titans Go.
Oh, I'm not touching this one. This is all you.
Yeah. So this is a
If
tough
you got
one,
if you got to
man.
bob them out, I'm not doing it.
Tough one. I think Agents of Shield. I mean, Agents of Shield. Like there was it would intersperse like it. it started off being part of the MCU, where it was like in between the movies, you had the Shield show. It had like a bunch of great characters. Um, um, Teen Titans Go is such a funny show, but I think
Yeah.
Shield, I'm gonna have to move Shield forward on this one.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
And then we've got Heroes versus Loki.
I'm
Hmm.
assuming you're going to want to keep it to Heroes.
Yeah, let's do that just for the Shield Heroes battle up next. I think that'll be interesting. All right, we're in the final rounds here. X-Men
Okay.
versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This could be the championship right here. I mean, they're amazing shows,
I mean, they
but
definitely are amazing.
I think I know where
Um,
we're leaning though. We're
I
not.
mean, so if I'm only going for myself personally with the exposure, like X-Men was the first show that I saw that gave me a wide exposure to different abilities and powers.
Mhm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they had, more realistic powers, even though they were turtles, right? But they were more
Sure,
fighting abilities. So I loved both shows, but I definitely got behind the power displays in X-Men more.
absolutely, absolutely. Both great shows, but in a heartbeat, I will say X-Men is
Okay.
the show that I preferred, big time. All right, next up, Buffy versus Smallville. Interesting battle here.
So I was not a huge like I watched Smallville a
I
couple,
wasn't.
but I didn't watch it religiously.
No, me neither.
So I'm fine with Buffy for this
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my pick. Absolutely. I only watched a few episodes of Smallville here and there. I tried to really
mm,
get into it, and I don't know. It just something about it didn't click with me, I guess. Um,
mm-hmm.
all right.
I'm
And
surprised though
then
too, because you usually like those kind of like
I
the
know. It's
teen
like
angsty ones like
teen
that too. Yeah,
drama with
yeah,
powers. Like, yeah, I
yeah.
don't know what it was that didn't work. The Boys versus Batman.
Well, the boys, that's fine. I'm finding about Batman now.
All right. He made it far enough. All right. And then Agents of Shield versus Heroes. Um, as you
Yeah. So I've never watched Agents of Shield, and I did not really like Heroes because I remember with Heroes specifically, I really got into it like the last like two episodes of like the first season when they actually kind of came
yeah,
together and fought as a group.
sure.
I
Yes.
remember thinking that was like really cool. I'm like, this is what I wanted, but they didn't continue to do that in the second season. They kind of fractured
No,
apart again.
they did. Yeah, the second
And
season was a mess. Third season kind of brought it together. I think there was a third
okay,
season
yeah.
brought it together a little bit better, but the same thing goes with Shield. Like it just kind of like
Mm,
fell off towards the end. I think
okay.
Shield overall was more consistent. I think, and again, they introduced like new characters like Echo and Ghost Rider
Mhm.
was in it, and you know, it had a little bit more variety. Oh, I
Mhm.
mean, not more variety in Heroes. They had a bunch of weird guys,
They did have some weird ones.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But it always went back to that. Who's that one guy that was like the main guy? It was like his big break, Siler or whatever.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
he went on to American Horror Story fame.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now either. But
Yeah.
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 Um, So for me, I think I prefer Shield in this
Okay.
one.
Okay. All right.
Again, being more like, I mean, it had Marvel comic characters where like every episode you're like, is there going to be like a new? They had Absorbing Man, dude. I love
Yeah.
Absorbing Man.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
We learn
that's
something
why.
new every day.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're in the final
Ooh.
four here.
Yeah.
X-Men versus Buffy.
I mean, that to me is my final.
Yes, I agree. I like we could just ignore the other side of it, but this is yeah, this is definitely it's a Sophie's choice here.
It really is. For those who are longtime fans of this, this kills me.
It does. It does.
Answer.
But like having recently seen both of them,
Yeah.
they're both very dated. And again,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like based on like, it's everything's better in your memory.
How
Like,
impactful it was, like in the moment
yes,
that you're remembering.
exactly. Yeah. So I think for me, oh man, Like
So I
they
remember
both shaped different parts of my
they
life.
do like X-Men. I remember because we were younger when X-Men was on, and I remember like waking up on Saturday morning, and that was like there were some other shows
Yes.
before. I don't know what they were. I didn't care
Fuck
about
'em.
them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, yes, X-Men, and then it came on like through the powers, we would run across
Yeah.
the room. Like I was so excited to watch it, and then I was just like
Uh-huh.
to the TV rapturously watching for the half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Buffy, I watched much later, obviously in like college or whatever it was, and I really liked it, and I really vibed with the characters. I don't know. I guess I got really excited about it too, but I was older, so it's hard to judge that, right? Because it's like
Exactly.
they're
It's
not
a
same. Yeah,
different kind of excitement.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Um,
I don't know. What are you? Where are you leaning?
I think I'm oh, man, it's funny though. Like, so like when you go back and you look at, I went and just looked at all the episodes of X-Men, and like it was
Yeah.
all like the big points of the comic book series. And they would just do, Days of Future Tomorrow, 3 episode series. Um,
Okay.
the Phoenix, three episodes.
Oh,
They were
amazing.
like one
Yeah.
of the first cartoons to do that, continued storyline throughout. It
Mm,
was
yeah.
usually cartoons were episodic, and most of the
Right.
time the X-Men was, but every once in a while there was like part one of, the Dark Phoenix saga or whatever
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was interesting. But like, dude, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like that was, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar, like was
Oh
my
yeah. Yeah.
bae.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
like Xander
Absolutely.
was super cool. Giles, you based your entire life on him. Um,
I did. I
so
did. I did.
I
I
think,
became gay because of Willow and
yep, exactly. I think I'm gonna have to go prior to this week. I would have probably said X-Men. But when I
mm,
went back and I rewatched some of them and they didn't hold up as well as I remember them holding up
hmm.
and just kind of being haphazardly thrown together,
Yep. Yep.
it kind of burst my bubble a little bit. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Buffy.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm actually okay with that because I feel
You're
like
along for the
I
ride?
could go along with that. I do find myself thinking about the characters in X-Men probably more, but I think it's because
I do
they are
too.
they're outside of that, whereas Buffy is part of like I mean Buffy is
Right.
outside of
You
it too,
never
I guess
think
somewhat, but
of
yeah,
Buffy, but like as far as like, yeah, I mean, it had the best comic book characters on an animated series that you watched. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yes,
tough. So,
it is. But I'm fine with Buffy. If we're gonna go just for like the show itself, I'm fine with Buffy. Yep.
all right. And then we've got the boys versus Agents of Shield.
Well, the boys, I guess, were that too. I didn't even like the boys that much, but it's just so funny. I feel like they had a nice they had the nice easy brackets.
They did have easy brackets. And I'm okay with that too, because like it's a much more solid series. They've had 2 seasons and like both seasons are tight. Like it's
Yep.
hilarious. It's crazy. And
Yep.
Shield, like
And they've
it's a
got some
part of the
spin-offs
Marvel.
too.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Shield being a part of the Marvel universe, it's kind of the same thing with X-Men, where it's like, you get to see these characters that you don't normally see showing up,
Hmm.
but the overall quality is not as great.
Okay.
So
Yep.
so that leaves us with Buffy and the boys, and I think it's an obvious answer
The
who
boys.
the
No.
championship is. I think if we go, it's
I have to say,
regardless of the brackets,
yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is our champion, with runner-up being X-Men, the original animated
Got it. Got it.
series.
Got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I would agree with that. I love how Buffy takes down the boys and then she resurrects X-Men. She's like, no, you're the one I
Mhm.
really want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hit the road. Yes.
And they
All
would be
right.
so mad about that. I love that too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
characters
Get
from
out of here.
the boys would be so pissed about this. The whole thing is
Exactly.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you talk about like, I mean, like spin-offs and stuff like that. Yeah, Boys had spin-offs. Buffy had a major spin-off in
Hmm.
Angel. So, yeah, I think again, don't if you're you people out there, if you want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, just watch like there's like you can find a list of like the top 10 episodes and just watch those because
Those are
the stinkers are really, really bad, dude. There's some really bad ones.
I haven't watched that
Um,
either. I should go back. Do you know what that's streaming on? Is it streaming
it's
on
on
anything?
Hulu.
Okay. Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, you
Cool.
can
Yeah.
watch it on there.
Yeah.
But all right, that was fun. That was our March Madness bracket. Let
Amazing.
us know, what you thought of that. And yeah, we'll well, I'm sure there's going to be people that
Oof.
are a little upset about,
Yeah.
especially that Batman versus the animated series. That's
Yeah, yeah.
that one's
I
going to be
didn't
rough
realize
right
that that
there.
was going to be a real
Yeah.
hot button issue there when I made that decree there.
All right, let's go back to X-Men 97, and I want to hear what you thought about it. Give us your First Eps official rating.
I am going to give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I really
Very good
enjoyed it.
score.
Yep,
Very good
yep,
score.
yep,
I'm going with a 9 out of 10.
yeah,
I was like smiling the entire
yeah.
time. It was so well done. It was updated just enough. The story wasn't as like just kind of cardboard, like just throw
Mm-hmm.
together, like they just threw together pieces like, okay, we need to have this happen now. And then
Yep,
like it felt it had a lot more flow to it.
yep.
Um, and the head showrunner was just fired like
Yeah, which
a
is
couple weeks before the
strange.
show aired. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real weird. There's nothing out right now. A lot of speculation about either something in his personal life or the way he worked with with people.
Mm.
But yeah, it was interesting. So we'll see how the remainder of the
Because
show's
and it's been
writing
greenlit for
is.
a second season, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And-
yeah, it'll be I don't know. I don't know how much he had written or
mm,
storied or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was such a amazingly well done revisiting of the series, and
Yeah.
I'm absolutely super excited to go back and watch more of it. I
How
think
many?
there's
Yeah.
going to be 10 episodes this season. They come out once a week.
Okay.
So there
Cool.
are, I think, 3 out now as of this recording. So,
Wow. Okay. I didn't
um,
realize it'd been out for this long either. I thought it was just like the two, but yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
there is 2, but I think the other one comes out tomorrow. So
Oh,
by the
nice.
time this
Okay.
is out, there'll be a third one out. So,
Cool. Cool.
um, yeah, I'm excited to see what white-haired
Absolutely.
Magneto is up to with his
Yeah, yeah.
long,
Who's
luxurious
gonna pop in
locks.
next too? Because you know we're gonna get other like the yeah other
Yeah.
villains and heroes are gonna come in. So I'm looking forward to all that too and see how they said they update the characters. I'm a little disappointed that Jean's pregnant because I want to
Yeah.
see her
Do you
more
think
around
we're
popping
gonna
around.
Do you think we'll go the full term here, or do you think we'll
Well, you know that's a good question.
feel
They
X
mentioned
baby?
the gender of the baby was a he, and so you know we know that Cable, right, is
Yeah,
her
with Hope.
son from it. Right? Was that which one?
Hope,
It's
I think was
well, that's
right.
Hope, and then it's Rachel Summers too, and then there's Cable.
Right. Yeah. So there's like
And
a
they
whole
mentioned a
thing.
he. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming that it's going to be
that's right. Yeah.
like I don't know if they're going to go into the future in an episode and she's going to lose the baby, but the baby's alive. You know, one of those things, and she's going to come back. Like
Hmm.
my baby, I actually don't know Cable's origin stories, quite honestly. So
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure what's going to happen. But my hope is that she'll be able to run around like with the team at some point in time instead of just playing like Cerebro. But maybe she'll be doing that, and that's fine too. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's why
Yeah.
that's why it was only an 8 for me instead of a 9.
Right. Yeah. I know. I know. She has her role there back at the house, cooking and
Exactly.
cleaning, doing the
Exactly.
cerebroing.
She's
Um,
using her telekinesis to like dust up the place. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, there's just brooms sweeping and
Yeah.
laundry being folded
Right, right, right,
for
right. Yeah.
Gene. But yeah, fantastic show.
Hmm.
Definitely, if you're a fan of the original series, I wholly recommend it.
Oh yeah.
Even if you're not a fan of the original series and you're just jumping in, I think
Yeah. I mean,
there's
if you like
some.
X-Men in general and you caught on, even if you're much younger and you didn't see it, growing
Yeah,
up, but watch it
yeah.
now. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have the ability to go back and rewatch them, definitely do it. There's some great stories that are told throughout the first 5 seasons, and then yeah, if not, there's like this previously on X-Men thing on YouTube that you can watch, and it shows like the major plot points. So
Amazing.
yeah,
So
definitely
dramatic. I love it.
worth checking out. All right. That is it for us here at First Eps. Thank you for checking out this episode. If if you want to check out the video version, you can go to YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel. It's where you'll find this show and a bunch of other stuff. Or you could go listen to the audio version anywhere podcasts are found. And then check us out on the socials, TikTok, Instagram, that sort of thing. And I don't know, is that everything?
I think that's all from me.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time with more First Steps.
Bye.
We watched X-Men 97, and we're going to talk all about it. My name is Eric.
That's right. And I'm Keith.
Why do you take you so long?
I love how I seem completely out of it.